the state of Kansas, we have like 11 different Republican governor's candidates. We have a challenge to our Senate seat. It's going to be kind of a wild one. So that is where we're at as the party. And one of the fundraisers we're planning on doing is a 30 guns in 30 days. There's going to be like 2,000 different raffles that people can get.
That's 30 guns in
And
30
I
days.
believe in the month of April, we're going to draw one every single day for an entire 30 days
You got
straight.
me?
And have celebrities do it.
I got you. You there?
And higher ups in Washington.
All right.
You
ready?
Some of those drawings.
Just jump in.
Throw that out there.
30 guns in 30 days, Andy Hooser? 30 guns
30
in 30
guns and
days?
30 guns. That's right. Mark, he's here. Yeah, and I was telling him, I had to talk to you and reach out to you this past weekend and said, Mark, I mean, I know a lot, and I could come up with some good ones, but your recommendations on what those guns should be in order for us to give if we're going to do it, we got to do it right and give away the proper guns and give away some fun ones. So yeah,
Well,
it's going to be a fun promotion, man.
That was a daunting question because Andy calls me like I was listening, Andy. By the way, you couldn't hear me, so we're good to go now.
There we go.
But I was listening to your intro, and thank you, by the way. I mean, you jumped right on that in the last second, just took it away, and I do appreciate it. That's how I know. That's how I know how good you are. There's an old adage in radio.
It's live radio, baby.
Yeah, it happens from time to time. But when you called me with that, you said, and I had to call you back and confirm this. Did I hear this right? 30 guns you're giving away? 30 guns in 30 days? That's a gun a day?
Right.
That's a beautiful thing. And I thought, well, I think my first response to you was, you know what? Let me think on this one for a minute.
That's right.
So what I did was I just picked 3 or 4 manufacturers, right? And I said, go right down the list because you can't go wrong with any of these. First of all, you can't go wrong with Glocks. Pick a different model every day, right? You've got plenty of models there to choose from. Pick the 43, the 43X. Pick the 19. Pick the 17. Well, particularly now when those models, you're not going to be able to get those. So those are going to be legacy models now. And then, reach into the SIG, right? Go into the SIG basket, the 365, the 365X macro, et cetera, and on down the line. And there's a lot of great guns there. I wouldn't recommend the P320 right now, okay? Stay away from the SIG P320. But, pick the cars.
Now, why was that? Just out of curiosity.
Well, all the issues that SIG has been having with that gun and so forth, that's just not I don't think that's a gun that anybody's going to want to put in their stable at this point in time until they get that thing worked out. But nonetheless, any of the cars, my X9 is in huge demand. And I love this thing. I have to fight my son to keep it out of his holster every day. Hey, give me that back. That thing belongs to me. That car X9 is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before, but if you've never pulled the trigger on a car, oh, man, good heavens. They're just smooth as butter. Now, you know what Glock is famous for their trigger pull and their brake and so forth. The car blows it away, in my estimation. It's better than anything out there. I've got a whole stable of guns that I carry on a regular basis, but my 3 favorites would be, the X9 now. Any of the Glocks. I love the Glocks. I just have always loved the Glocks. And the SIG P365 in any variation is great, but that car trigger pull is better than all of them. It just is. That's just my own personal opinion. Now, your mileage may vary, ladies and gentlemen, but you can't go wrong with
Everybody's
any of
got their flavor.
Everybody's got their flavor. There's no question about it. So, yeah.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a big one because can you imagine?
It's going to be huge.
And again, we're only doing 2,000 raffles in the entire state. So you have, and here's the picture too. We're doing it to where not only that, but if you win, you also get put back in to potentially win again and again and again. So yeah, it's going to be fun, man. We're looking forward to it.
Well, how do I get in? Am I allowed to do that?
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Do that to you.
Hey, no, you know what? I think so. I mean, it's a fundraiser. Why not?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
I'm just curious. How much are the
question.
fundraising tickets? Whatever you want to put in?
$50.
$50 a pop. Hey, guys, where can people find that, Andy? That's a good deal. It's for a great cause. You can win a gun. I'm assuming you don't have to live in Wichita, right?
You don't have to live in Wichita. I don't think you have to live in the state of Kansas. So it's not up yet. So I'll remind your listeners as we get closer to it because it's going to kick off in January, but it's going to be kansas.gop. Kansas.gop is the website, and you'll be able to get your raffles there. So there you go. Election season's upon us.
30 guns in 30 days. A lot of people, when they do the gun giveaways, as you and I were talking over the weekend, don't necessarily do the gun. What they do is they take, for example, if this avoids having to send the gun, having to go through the hassle A lot of folks, what they'll do is they'll just put up the retail price. Like today's gun will be I don't know, just pick it, a Car X9. And the retail price is, $540 or whatever it may be. Well, and don't hold me to that because I'm not sure if that's the exact number. But regardless, whatever the retail price is, and then that person gets the retail price of that gun and they can go buy the gun themselves. Or not. I mean, it's up to them. But that eliminates some of the hassle from your side. But nonetheless, that's a great giveaway. You generally don't. I did tell you have to throw an AR-15 in there somewhere. That'll rankle.
So. We're going to have to, of course.
Oh, yeah,
of course.
And because
the Democrats are already throwing a fit about it. Oh, the Democrats are already throwing a fit about it. In fact, we just had, and I told you before, this was a couple of weeks ago, I believe right before the Charlie Kirk assassination, so I guess it's been a couple of months now, but David Hogg came to Kansas. So Democrats are pushing a pretty wild agenda in the state of Kansas to bring David Hogg to come speak to Pittsburgh State University. So, yeah, that's where
David Hogg, the grifter of all grifters.
Yeah, why not? So in response, we're just going to give away guns.
yeah, every time David Hogg comes around, give away 30 more guns, right? It's right. Definitely worth the expense. I mean, I can't believe this grifter is still even out there. I guess it's probably safe to say his 15 minutes is getting ready to come to a close.
Yeah, he's starting to die off. Look, when you get fired from the DNC with how bad of a shape they're in, and you get fired from them as the vice chair of the DNC, like, you have some serious problems, man. You are not relevant any longer.
Relevant? Was he ever? I don't know if he ever was. He's always been a joke to us.
He had an impact. Look, I mean, we have to acknowledge he had an impact.
He did. I can't deny that. Right after Parkland, look, the kid's a grift all the way around. But as his story got out there, and I always jump on this Parkland survivor, right? Yeah. Ryan Petty's son is a Parkland survivor, and his daughter was murdered at Parkland. Now, look, that's a 50-plus acre campus. I don't want to jump all over this, but since we're on the subject, we'll take it to the break. But this guy wasn't even in the building. He was 7 acres away.
Right.
Is he a survivor? He's just a guy who was there that was evacuated, along with another 1,000 students or whatever it was. Right. And this guy's been able to turn it into a huge grift from day one. But like I said, his 15 minutes of fame is probably ticking down to its last couple minutes, I think. And you're right. If you screw up a DNC slot like that, as bad as the party is, that says a lot. When the party is in such bad shape that you don't fit in, and you're worse than they already are, boy, oh boy. Yeah, David Hogg. Okay, grifter boy. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. Hey, we're going to talk a little bit today, Andy, a couple things. And we've only got 30 seconds, so I'll take us to the break with this. But did you see the number coming out of Chicago right now? 25 years of death. AWR wrote the headline here. It's phenomenal. Maybe during the break, pull it up. AWR Hawkins, Breitbart News. 25 years of death. Over 25 years, how many murders do you think there have been in Chicago? Murders over 25 years.
Golly.
Take a guess. Take a wild stab.
25-year period? Gosh. 1,000? I don't know.
Oh. Multiply that by 14.2. Andy Hooser, the voice of, it's off the chain. And we have covered tens and tens and tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of shootings in Chicago over the years. But we're going to tie it together with another story. Armed American Radio's Daily Defense continues with Andy Hooser right after the break. Don't go away. The following segment of Armed American Radio's Daily Defense is being brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Visit patriotmobile.com/AAR and use the AAR promo code to get free activation today. Welcome back to the show. Yes, welcome back to the show. Indeed, Mark Walters, Armed American Radio's Daily Defense. I'll be filling your prescription for freedom today with our guest, Andy Hooser, the voice of reason, KQAM, Wichita's big talker. He is, as I always call him, Wichita's favorite son, and I think I'm pretty spot on with that one. Welcome into the CZ studios with me. Patriot Mobile mic lit up for you, and every minute is being brought to you by the National Rifle Association. Before we get back into it, if you missed yesterday's program, you missed an epic show. All 3 hours were incredible last night. Justin Davis, Director of Public Affairs, National Rifle Association, the first half of hour one. Amazing. Joey Hamby, attorneys on retainer, talking about a self-defense case in Prescott, Arizona. That attorneys on retainer was successful in removing felony charges from this kid who just got, let's say, ramrodded by the system, and it was an unbelievable story. You don't want to miss that hour. Second hour, Jared Yanis, YouTube sensation, Guns and Gadgets, an incredibly informative hour. One of the most informative hours we've had in a long, long time, I can promise you, and they're all informative, so that's saying a lot. And a classic roundtable with out-of-the-world topics. Go get the podcast. It's up right now. Please subscribe to the Armed American Radio podcast. Join the thousands who already do, and you'll never miss a show. Last night's was fantastic. I would highly recommend that you get it. In fact, we had over 26 or 28,000 views on Twitter and 55 to 6,000 constant watchers yesterday on the broadcast. It was a powerful program, so go get it and enjoy it. Andy Hooser, the voice of reason, welcome back, my brother from another mother.
Making it happen.
Making it happen. And I know you love Monday, so let's have some fun on a Monday. The Guardian is reporting. The Guardian. You know, do they even report? I don't know. The Guardian. The Guardian says, and this was out a few days ago. I wanted to get to this last night, but I didn't have a chance. Gun violence prevention groups disqualified from grants built around their work. So take a listen to this. I'm going to quote some of this, and then I'm going to carry this over to Chicago, Chirac, Chicago, Afghanistan, whatever you want to call it. Trump administration altering program that was a lifeline for pioneering nonprofits helping reduce gun violence. Now, keep that in mind. Helping reduce gun violence. What did I mention at the close of the previous segment, Andy? Chicago's numbers?
How many insane murders happened over the past few years, which is insane.
Since 2000, over 14,200 murders. Now, we rag Chicago every single week on this program because it's so easy to do and it's so fun to do. Their mayor is a commie. He's a loser. This guy got fired up at the media for a reporter asking about illegal aliens. And he took offense to that and went off on the reporter. Well, sorry, Mayor Johnson, they are illegal aliens. Get it through your head, okay? So, staying on topic here because it's so easy to get sidetracked with these lunatics. Keep that in mind. Nonprofits helping reduce gun violence. The Trump administration has released solicitations for a grant program meant to stop gun violence in underserved communities. But this year, the nonprofits the grant was built around are disqualified from applying, according to an application notice released by the Department of Justice in September. The Community-Based Violence Intervention and Prevention Initiative was created in 2022 to support groups working in rural and urban communities struggling to address violence and fund research studying the program's efficacy. How effective was that in Chicago?
Well, I mean, you just read the numbers. I mean, yeah, how well did that work out?
That's just Chicago. The pioneering program was born out of a recognition by the Biden administration that such community-centered programs were among the most successful tools in combating the U.S.'s, right? It's hard to get through it with a straight face. Don't laugh. You're getting me going, Andy. In combating the U.S.'s deep-rooted gun violence problem and had played a crucial role in helping reduce homicides in major U.S. cities. Andy, those numbers are all bunk. The FBI numbers have been false. John Lott has proven that, underreported by massive percentages. Police department's not reporting numbers under the Biden administration. Didn't have to, didn't get any pressure. In fact, the less they reported, the happier the Biden administration was. The Trump administration saying, yeah, nah, I don't think so. And now let's kick it back over to Chicago. 25 years of death. Over 14,200 murders in Democrat-run Chicago since 2000. This is using police reports supplemented by media coverage for off years. Breitbart News can reveal Democrat-run Chicago witnessed over 14,200 murders from 2000 to this point in 2025. My question to you, Andy, is where the hell is all of that money?
That is a great question. Look, these are the typical bureaucrats saying we need some type of committee, some type of agency, some type of department. We're going to solve all the issues. Don't you worry. We got it all taken care of. And we go into it. And for example, there was a program in California, I believe San Francisco, to deal with homeless. And you can see how well that's worked out as well with the homeless in the tent cities and everything that's going on.
And the poop maps.
The director, yeah, exactly. The director of the homeless initiative to deal with the tent cities while there's a tent city was making $300,000 a year. So this is what you get when we have a top-heavy government and when we get bureaucrats that think that they're going to be the ones to solve the issues and that they're going to be the ones that actually take care of a problem in society, because government can't do that. Government doesn't solve issues, and when you try to involve government, that's what you get. So where'd the money go? Well, it went to a whole bunch of bureaucrats that felt like they were solving the issue while intentionally not solving an issue because they know they would be out of a job if they actually solved the issue.
Wow, that was well said. I'm surprised you kept that in line, that you were spot on. When you mention a top-heavy government, Stacey Abrams comes to my mind because yes. Stacey Abrams, top-heavy government. Do you get it, guys? Anyway, I'll leave it at that. But you remember she sets up, a nonprofit, whatever she did, was given over $1 billion.
Right.
That hadn't even been in business. It had virtually no money, like $100 in a bank account.
Yeah.
Where is that money? Now multiply this by year after year after year after year. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about grifting with David Hogg. This is the ultimate grift. This is why they hate Donald Trump with a passion. This is why the Democrats can't stand him. Trump has dried up their trough. They are busted. They are outed. Nancy Pelosi is popped for insider trading. The money they've been pouring has been going to enrich themselves. All of a sudden, that trough is dried up. Now, under the guise of gun violence prevention, which we see does not work, all the phony gun control that you've been hearing about all these years, all the money that's been wasted down the drain. By the way, that's taxpayer funds. A lot of it's taxpayer funds. And grants coming from the government. The government doesn't create money. The government takes money from you. Right. From you, ladies and gentlemen. If this doesn't anger you, I don't know what else will. Andy will take that to the break right now. I want you to chew on that one for a little while. How much is 14,200? Picture a venue you've been in to see a concert recently that holds about 15,000 people. Yeah. That's the casket count in Chicago. That's not the wounded. That's the casket count. Good heavens. We'll be right back with Andy Hooser. 2 more segments to go. Don't go away.
and join today.
Welcome back to the show. Yeah, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Walters filling your prescription for freedom here in the CZ studios in front of this powerful and platinum Patriot mobile microphone, and it's all brought to you by the National Rifle Association. Last night's interview with Justin Davis, the Director of Public Affairs, was phenomenal. And I got to tell you guys, I'm having more fun working with the National Rifle Association. I mean, if you were to ask me that a year ago, I would have said not possible. This is a completely different organization from the top down. The top level management at the NRA right now is out there on the streets, behind the scenes, out front, working on your behalf every single day. Take a listen to last night's program. You'll see what I'm talking about. We've had a number of them on, from Doug Hamlin and Joseph Greenlee, their Director of Counsel Litigation, Public Affairs. These guys are out there every single day, and they need your help, and it's easy to do. We make it easy for you. It's $35 for 1 year. That's it. Normally $45, so you get $10 off. We're going to send you a range bag for a 1 year or 3 year new join or rejoin. Doesn't matter. 5 year to life membership, either of those two options. Still get the discount off the price, the annual membership for the 5 year deal, and guess what? You're going to get the binoculars, 10 by 42 binoculars. Now, we've had tremendous response to those. Some of you have sent me some emails. Hang in there. It's going to be a few weeks before they make it to you. You might get your NRA credentials before you get that giveaway. But I promise you, they're going through fulfillment, okay? So take advantage of this stuff. And you get, the water is warm in the pool, guys. We need your help now more than ever. Not to mention the NRA supports Armed American Radio. We support them. It is a win-win-win all the way around. Please join us, won't you? NRA.org/AAR and take advantage of this great opportunity and get some really cool stuff. And when the giveaway is all said and done, one of you is going to win. All of those who joined and rejoined and got the free stuff, one of you is going to win another range bag, a different range bag filled with swag from all of our great partners at Armed American Radio. That includes Bud's Gun Shop, Barrel Buddy, Crossbreed Holsters, Car Arms, Patriots Relief, all of them. So make sure, Heaven's Harvest, by the way, make sure you've got your emergency food supplies, and you can find them all at armedamericanradio.com. Andy Hooser, the voice of reason, welcome back, my brother.
Yeah, buddy.
So we got some interesting comments in here on the chat regarding our conversation, previous segment. Angeline says the money was laundered back to the politicians and NGOs. Well, yeah, I believe that's absolutely the case. That's why, because you always wonder, why do they get so fired up when it's not their money? Well, they're taking it. It's going back into campaigns. They're paying themselves out in salaries. That's exactly what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Texas Huntsman says, regarding gun violence prevention, and the Eddie Eagle program from the NRA should be in every K-6 school in America. It absolutely should. That's real gun violence prevention.
Quick.
Yeah.
That's real gun violence prevention. And Mark, they are so adamant against it. I've said it before on the program. Our Democratic governor has vetoed that bill 5 different times. Every single year she's been in office as governor, she has vetoed the Eddie Eagle program in the state of Kansas, which just blows my mind.
Yeah. Does she give a reason for that veto? What's the reason? Just the hatred of the NRA? Play into her
hatred of the NRA. I mean, look, for those that don't know the Eddie Eagle program, it literally just tells children, if you see a gun, don't touch it, leave it on the ground, go tell an adult. Like, I don't know how much more, that is. But yeah, she gives arguments about, kids being around guns, and it's about the NRA.
Well, they got the little chant.
They don't even read it.
No,
they have no clue what it's even about.
Eddie Eagle's got the little chant. That program has likely saved countless lives over the years, young kids, prevents accidents, because kids are naturally curious about firearms. They naturally are. They see guns from cartoons all the way up to everything they watch. By the time they're 10 years old, they've seen countless murders in movies and TV. Okay? So they have a natural curiosity about guns. And the little chant that goes with that is kind of cool. To stop, don't touch, leave the area, tell an adult, right? It's one of those deals. Now, what I did was I taught my kids that program years and years ago, but I went a step further. The program says, stop, don't touch, leave the area, tell an adult. Stop, don't touch, leave the area, tell an adult. My kid said to me one time, what if there's no adult around? I said, it's easy, you call 911. I added one to it. If there's no adult around, pick the phone up, call 911.
Yeah.
You can save someone else's life and your life. And, again, I want to repeat this since we're on the topic, because it is so vital and so important. I've used a neighbor of mine as an example for many, many years. A really great guy. He hails from L.A., and that's lower Alabama in these parts, ladies and gentlemen, not Los Angeles. And he's got that nice Southern Alabama accent, and I said, so, boss, what do you teach your kids? At what age did you start teaching your kids about guns and safety and the rules of firearm safety? And he said, Mark, man, I ain't got any guns in the house, man. I really haven't had to do that. And I said, oh, no, wait a minute, man. Your kids hang around with my kids, and they're over here all the time. I have tons of guns. Now, I'm a responsible gun owner. My guns are locked up. How many other houses do your kids go to play at that might not be? There's a gun. You can consider the fact there's probably a gun in every single house you drop your kids off at. You going to trust those parents? How about trusting your kids? What are you going to do if one of those other kids brings out their pop's gun? Your son doesn't know anything. He's going to grab the thing. Now it's a recipe for disaster. So, guys, this is real, true gun safety, not this play on words, this hijack of the English language that the left has been so good at with help and participation from the mainstream media for so many years. It is an absolute travesty that your governor would veto that bill when all it does is teaches actual gun safety. It teaches kids not to touch the gun, to leave, talk to an adult. And I go a step further. If there's no adult around, go ahead and call 911. Do what you need to do. Get out. Leave. Do not hang around with your friend. It's that simple. Yeah, Andy, well, you angered me on that one. I would be willing to bet your illustrious Democrat governor, who probably doesn't even know what the program is, can't get past the 3 letters NRA.
That's it. Yeah, she has no idea what it's about. No idea.
NRA, TDS, they go hand in hand. They just do. Good heavens, what an absolute, it's a travesty, it really is. And quite frankly, all these politicians should be held responsible when something happens because they took no action when they absolutely could have. Good Lord. Do you see what happened in California?
That's a whole other.
Oh, that's a whole other topic.
Well, that's a whole other topic there. But heck, I mean, I wish we could get to the point to where every mass shooting in Chicago, we could hold the city accountable for not actually enforcing laws as law enforcement or not allowing people to defend themselves. I mean, wouldn't that be nice? We need to start pushing that type of legislation.
Yeah, well, they're not going to do that because it would lock themselves up. But you're absolutely correct. Johnson and the rest of those clowns. You go to Gavin Newsom, for example, I just mentioned, did you see what happened in California a couple of days ago? You had another illegal alien with a driver's license, 21 years old, who just killed another 2 or 3 people in a horrific crash on a California interstate. Gavin Newsom.
The semi-driver.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom and the rest of those legislators in that state should be held criminally accountable for this nonsense. They should be able to be sued by the families because they let it happen. In fact, they made it happen. They created the circumstances that allowed it to happen. Now you have dead Americans at the hands of, get this, Johnson, illegal criminal scumbag aliens. Let's not forget one of those pulled out in front of my daughter and totaled her car. She's still going through therapy on that. And yes, the lawsuit has been filed. Okay? You've got to hold these people accountable. It's that simple. Whew. I don't know how much time we have left. I think less than a minute. But we're going to flip the switch over here to Florida. Andy, always something to talk about when it comes to Florida and the Gunshine State. I did Cam and Company this morning, and we got to talking about Pam Bondi and red flag laws, talking a little bit about my conversation with Jared Yanis last night. And that kind of moved us into the Pam Bondi issue and the red flag laws because we were talking about Maine and the yellow flag and being on the ballot, and it's neck and neck. They're trying to make the yellow flag a red flag law. Even the Fraternal Order of Police is against it. But nonetheless, the Democrats are going to do what the Democrats do. And I have no idea. It's right now it looks to be an even split up there in Maine. Hopefully they do not push it to a red flag. But when we come back, we're going to go down to Florida, where Bondi hailed from. I'm going to tell you about a judge, a Broward Circuit judge by the name of Judge Frank Ledee, and what he ruled on Florida's 18 to 20-year-olds carrying concealed for self-defense. We'll be back. One more segment to go with the great Andy Hooser, the voice of reason, right after the break. Don't go away.
program for gun owners backed by a real law firm, the Attorneys for Freedom. Visit them online at attorneysonretainer.us. Welcome back.
Yeah, you got to ask Matthew from Prescott, Arizona, well, from New York, back in New York, was living in Prescott, Arizona, if the name is fitting, Attorneys for Freedom. Attorneys for Freedom law firm, because he's free now of multiple felony charges that could have locked him up for dozens of years for doing absolutely nothing wrong. Pretty much that simple, guys. If you carry a gun, carry the card in your wallet. I have mine here. It's with me every day. Attorneysonretainer.us. All they do is defend you if you have to defend yourself. That's all they handle is self-defense cases, and they are experts at it. An amazing program. Attorneysonretainer.us. Use the promo code AAR. Get $50 off the $100 sign-up. It's $35 a month. If you add your family members like I did, $50 off the sign-up for everybody, and $25 a month per head. Every single member of my household has an attorney on retainer if, God forbid, the worst day of their lives happens and they are forced to use a firearm to defend themselves. They have attorneys immediately. It's that simple. I want to talk to you, but I want to call my lawyer first. Done. That's simple. No brainer. Don't be stupid. I know you're on the fence about it. Some of you have been. I've seen some emails from you. Just do it and never worry about it again. It's that simple. You'll sleep better. I can promise you that. I do. You will too. I can promise you that one. Attorneysonretainer.us, promo code AAR. All of our partners can be found at armedamericanradio.com. Andy Hooser, the voice of reason. Welcome back, my brother.
Yeah, buddy.
People were shocked to see Angry Mark come out on a Monday in the chat.
It's Monday, man. Getting a little worked up.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes that happens on a Monday, but not usually. I'm not that big. You know, I was on Twitter. We'll go back to the AWR piece here about Florida in just a second, but I was just on Twitter looking to see if I could find anything about that, about the judge's ruling, and I got sidetracked because I saw Margot Robbie is trending on Twitter, and I went, why is Margot Robbie trending on Twitter? And then I went, oh, have you seen Margot Robbie? She should be trending on Twitter every day. Then it dawned on me, okay, enough about that, but no kidding. Not that that means anything to today's conversation, but if you've never seen Margot Robbie, you're doing yourself a disservice. No wonder she's trending.
That brightened your day a little bit.
It did. It put Angry Mark back in the box a little bit. I went, oh, Margot Robbie's trending on Twitter. Oh, yeah, Margot Robbie. No wonder she's trending on Twitter. She ought to be trending every day.
She's a metalhead, too.
Oh, is she a metal? You would know that.
Yeah.
How would you possibly know that?
I listened to an interview where she actually said that she went to a Slipknot concert, and it was one of the best concerts that she had ever been to.
That's a metalhead.
And then Slipknot gave her a shout-out at one of their concerts.
Of course they did.
Because they're awesome.
If I were broadcasting from Bud's Gun Shop and Margot Robbie walked in, I would give Margot Robbie a shout-out on my show, too. So, hey, Margot, I'll let you know when we're going to be there. Come on in. Maybe we can get you trending on Twitter one more time. Wouldn't be hard to do.
There you go.
Enough of that. Let's go back to... do we have to go back to concealed carry? How boring after talking about Margot Robbie trending on Twitter.
Well, yeah. Hey, you know what? Actually, Mark, I have to tell you a
He's
story,
going to keep
actually.
pushing. Go for it.
No, actually, I got to tell you a story. We didn't get a chance to talk about this last week, but I am really impressed with the young generation, especially here in Kansas. Was it last week, 2 weeks ago? I don't remember now. It's been a while. I got to judge a Constitution essay contest.
Wow.
Here in the county that I live in. Being a city council member and the radio host, there was a group that was giving scholarships out to junior and senior students for writing an essay contest. And the essay contest topic this year was the idea of federalism, which I love talking about on the show. You know, separation of powers, giving powers back down to the state level, and so on and so forth. And out of the 17, 18 essays that I got to judge, at least 80%, 70, 80% of them brought up a couple lawsuits based on the Second Amendment, which I was really excited about. And they used that as their basis point for states' rights. And it went back to, I want to say, what was it, U.S. versus Lopez, the concealed carry or carrying on school grounds from the 90s. And the vast majority of the students were using that case to actually make their argument for how federalism actually works and the federal government violating and overstepping their bounds on state laws.
That is encouraging, and I've had conversations.
And when I
with
saw that, I
many
got
young
so
kids.
happy, and I could not wait to say that, because that is so encouraging that was the case. That like I said, roughly 80% of those students use in their essay for the argument of federalism.
Yeah, and when I was in Tennessee in Knoxville for the Gun Owners of America convention back in August, I had an opportunity to talk with at the top bar restaurant. They were pledging and sororities, and there were tons of people around. And I had conversations with a number of younger girls that were just all over their gun rights. It was so encouraging to talk to these kids about their rights and their freedoms. It really, truly was amazing. And, that millennial generation pretty much lost in the sauce at this point. But pre and post got it going on. And hence, that's why Trump's in the White House, quite frankly. He drew that younger voter. But that millennial generation, I'm sorry, Andy, that's you, but I hate to broad brush anything. There's a lot of great millennials out there, but overall,
I apologize for my generation.
Yeah, you guys
it's
blew
okay.
that. Well, is it your fault? Yeah, you're capable of thinking for yourselves. That's all you got to do is think for yourself. But anyway,
allegedly, yeah,
allegedly. Let's go back to this this judge in Florida here, because I now have no idea where this is going to go. We'll keep our eyes on this one. But Florida's ban against concealed carry by 18 to 20-year-olds has just been ruled unconstitutional by a Broward County judge. Circuit Judge Frank Letty ruled that Florida's prohibition against 18 to 20-year-olds carrying firearms concealed for self-defense is unconstitutional. This came from a case where you had a young driver who was pulled over on a traffic stop. He was 19 years old. His name was Joel Walks III. He was arrested and charged when police discovered a handgun in his waistband during a traffic stop. Now, he admitted that he had been carrying the gun. It was in his waistband. Otherwise, law-abiding kid. The Union Bulletin reported that Letty agreed with Walks' defense, arguing that 18-year-olds are treated as adults in multiple legal settings, including the ability to vote, marry, and serve in the armed forces. And he went as far as saying in his writing, Florida's prohibition on the concealed carry of firearms strips a class of legal adults of their ability to exercise the very right the Constitution guarantees. Florida's overbroad restriction on the concealed carry of firearms by 18 to 20-year-olds violates the Second Amendment. Andy, this is a winning case that we have got to get at the federal level. We have got to get this to the Supreme Court. And we will, and it is hands down going to be a victory. Andy, do you agree?
No, completely agree. Yeah, I mean, the way the Supreme Court is right now, the basic common sense of the argument, it sounds like it would be a slam dunk. Now, again, we could be wrong, but it sounds like it would be a slam dunk for us for sure. And why not? I mean, ram through as much as we can right now when we have the opportunity.
That's exactly why we need to join the NRA, guys, and your local states groups and the SAF and everybody in between, okay? We need you to do that. That's how these things get rammed in. That's how we stay on the gas. Andy, I appreciate you jumping in at the outset for me. And,
you betcha.
It just shows your mettle, brother. You're good. You're good. You're just flat out good. Andy was able to jump in there on the fly and just start running his gator, because that's what he does for a living. Where can people listen to you coming up and watch you next?
Yeah, you bet. HooserReason.com, man. We got a lot of fun. It's day number whatever on the government shutdown. We're going to cover some of that. So, Mark, we love you. Talk about 3-Eye Atlas before the end of the week. It's going to be a big thing.
I might even have you back on Thursday to do that. We'll bring Andy back. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. We're going to get up and do it again tomorrow because it'll want us to. Enjoy your day. Stay safe. We'll see you on the radio, 4 p.m. Eastern.
All clear.
All right. Good deal, man. That worked out well.
Yeah, after a little bit of a hiccup.
Yeah, no big deal.
Only one of the week. It'll all be better from here.
I'm telling you. So this morning I got up and I decided to come out here and rip my guitar early. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to text you this. I want you to listen to this because it's really good. And when I was done, I nailed it on the first take. And the solo at the end, I improvised on the fly while I was recording. And you'll love it, dude. And you'll go, that's you? Yeah, dude. What you're getting ready to hear was me. And it was freaking great. So I'm going to send you this. And
I'm going to look out for it.
Take a listen to it and just send me a text with your thoughts.
Yeah.
I would appreciate it because
sure.
it was a lot of fun to play. It's coming to you in a second. I'll see you tomorrow.
Awesome, man. I'll see you.
Later.
Bye.
as I can't move my hand from the play button back to my guitar fast enough. But I caught it up pretty quick, period. Give it a listen, enjoy, crank it up, and I really want your thoughts on the solo at the end, which I improvised.